like your new RAV4.
Thanks, yours too.
What does RAV stand for anyway?
To me, it's the Remarkably Advanced Vehicle.
Really? To me, it's the runway-approved vehicle for its amazing style.
What about Remarkably Adaptable Vehicle because of its versatile cargo space?
Or really admired vehicle?
Oh, or Really Awesome Vehicle.
It really is the recreational activity vehicle. The stylish 2026 Toyota RAV4 Limited. What's your RAV4?
What's up, everybody? It's ImmaLetYouFinish, show number 246. Guess who it is? It's me. I know you haven't heard my voice in a second. It's me. You might not be happy at the end when I share some news, but it's still me. What's going on?
You.
Let's go.
And it's still me. All right, lots to talk about, but let's just start. This is the happiest time of year in New York. For the last 4 years, this has been the happiest time of year because our Knicks, now they've gone from to their favorite to win the whole goddamn thing at this point. They really are.
Here's the thing. The last two games have been blowouts, and it's great. Gross. What I'm worried about, because I think they're locked in and they're playing great.
They're playing great.
But are you blowing all of your energy with the way you're playing and the way you're beating these teams by 30 and 40 points so that if you get to the next round, are you dead because you're exhausted? There's still this series, a whole other series, and the finals. So wait a minute.
I'm totally spacing out. So if they beat the Sixers, then who's
then
next? Detroit?
No, well, those series are all going on now as well. Then you go on to the Eastern Conference Finals.
All right,
and
so
then you go on to the final. There's still a lot of basketball.
Hypothetically, the Knicks win, and then who would they They would play the winner of what contest that's currently going on right now. That's why I'm confused.
Detroit. That's going to be Detroit versus
Cavaliers,
the Cavs.
right?
And here's the thing:
they're tough too.
And Detroit, the Knicks have beaten the Cavs this season.
Not Detroit.
But Detroit has been their kryptonite.
Yep.
So I almost want the Cavs to find it somewhere inside themselves.
Yep.
And beat Detroit. But Detroit's the number one seed.
I know.
Just like the Knicks have been a team who've not won in very many years, Detroit's that is one of those cities that has that loyal fan base that absolutely 1,000% want their team to win.
100%. Yeah. No, listen, it's as always, it's been a lot of fun. I will say though, they are playing much smarter. He is moving the team around. I mean, and then when you have a situation last night when my boyfriend Tyler comes out in 3 minutes, 8 points. Yeah. So they are moving people around, and we have a bench.
And we have a bench. So you can be seated, we can put for the bench.
Yeah. But I mean, that Atlanta game, like you, I was sitting there, I said, I'll watch the second half. And I look at my phone, I went, oh, wait a minute. This can't, 59-17. What are we
From the first quarter, it just felt like Atlanta it's like they gave up.
They gave up. I was saying the only person who got anything out of that game was Little Boozy. I'm sure his fucking Spotify went through the roof the next day. But listen, fingers crossed. It's always fun. The energy is always fun in New York. I'm glad that all the naysayers, most of whom are the commentators, are giving New York their due because they are really working and they're not just relying on Jalen and Mikal Bridges has suddenly decided to wake up and play basketball. Thank you.
Because it's really interesting with him, right? There are times where you just look and you're like, Are you on this team or are you on the other team? Because I can't tell. I can't tell what team you play for.
Right, I know. And OG has been the secret weapon.
Listen, OG could always play, which is why they spent so much money to retain him. I just always felt like he was made of glass and
Oh,
he
right.
was very injury prone.
You said that a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, he
you
was made
did.
of glass. And we need everybody healthy. If we want to do it, everybody has to remain healthy.
Yeah. Um, well, fingers crossed. All right. This is happened a couple of weeks ago, but can I tell you something? I don't know whether the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year, it seems like, I mean, all conversations obviously take place online and it's all in a silo. I mean, the average person doesn't know, doesn't care. I mean, it's in your obituary when you die, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, so it does have some significance. But this year's class
How many
of
years were you on the voting committee?
9 or 9 years, I think. 9 or 10 years. 9 or 10 years.
And they have a new
Uh,
rule now, right? Isn't there, doesn't it have
I
term limits now?
I think
Maybe?
so. That's what I read somewhere that
Yeah,
somebody said there's which makes sense. I
right.
mean, it makes it. You got to shake it up. You got to have new blood. Less pearl clutching from the overweight white men who live in their mother's basements. It's not rock, man.
Hmm.
This year, the biggest complaint, again, online with a very small kind of silo of people um, not happy about In Excess not getting in. Um,
But
yeah. Okay. Say less.
no, here's the thing. Michael Hutchins was a rock god. He was that moment.
Uh,
I also feel like out do they have some songs just outside of Australia where they're from, where I think they were really just huge, even though they were big around the world. When he died, it really stunted the growth of In Excess. And where I think that they've had great songs, I don't think they have the classic album, right? I don't think they have that thing where people look at them and say, this album is a classic.
well, Kick is a really good record, and I will
But
say
do
their
you
singles.
consider it a classic?
Yeah, but what's a classic? Is there any artist
Yeah,
that's got into? Is there
I'll tell you.
who's a classic artist this year? This year, who got in an album classic artist? Billy
Let's see.
Idol is great. He's not an album classic artist.
No,
Wu Tang
but
and
I
Wu
feel like
Tang
I would say Wu Tang, the
for
first 36 Chambers,
100%.
30. Okay, I would say though for
Yeah.
Billy Idol, I think In Excess was great. I don't know if In Excess influenced anybody. Billy
No,
Idol
totally did.
was a fucking moment
Yeah.
where there was just his energy, his look, who he was to music, and that moment that he had where he was really commercially that guy. I think he symbolized something in a time in rock music and who he was as a performer that he absolutely is singular. You don't compare Billy Idol to anybody. He
Well,
is
also
Billy
Billy,
Idol.
and also he's the one who really, really brought punk mainstream because his roots are 100% punk. You know,
Absolutely, and including his look, he never tamed it down.
no, never.
And everybody loved him. Go through the list, and I'll tell you what
All
other
right, so
albums.
so Latifah and Light are in what is it the excellence category,
Just like Fela and
and Celia Cruz, which I'm thrilled
yeah,
about. So
absolutely
that's a
amazing.
great, it is naysayers will say, oh, it's not the same, it's not the same. At the end of the day, they're in,
It
and
is the same now because now
it
they
is
just
the
say
same.
that you're in there. That's it.
Right.
It is the
It's
same.
it's the same. You get the
The
same.
same.
If you write a booklet, you're in the booklet. You get to perform. Okay. So
Oh, I'm gonna.
Luther.
Okay, Phil Collins.
Nah.
Okay,
I
okay.
understand why. I understand why. You know me. I
And
think
I think for him, like No Surrender is to some people probably a classic album. Like you think
right.
about that period he had. First of all, let's go to Genesis. Like his whole career. You
Right, but he's
know.
in for Genesis
No,
already.
I know he is. Was he in or was?
No, but they're both in. Peter Gabriel
Oh,
and him are
oh,
both in.
they both in? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say for where's my list? I'm looking at it.
Well, Luther.
For Luther
Thrilled.
Vandross.
Thrilled.
Yes,
Thrilled.
and I would say
Sade.
what's Luther's
surprised, but
first, why am I on a Never Too Much, his first album, to
Oh,
me is a classic album.
Right.
That's a classic album. I would also say, why is shit turning on my computer? I'm pressing the wrong shit. What's
No,
happening?
no, 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 no.
Sade. I mean, listen, Sade's first album is Chef's Kiss.
Yeah.
Perfect album. Perfect album.
And
I
also,
don't
I
think
think
that there's anybody you can take off this list. When I saw people trying to bitch about New Edition, I was like, I understand. I actually didn't think they would get in the first time. I didn't.
yeah.
I think they will eventually get in.
Oh, me too. Yeah, me
I
too.
was like, are you going to take Iron Maiden? I was like, Iron Maiden should have been in a gazillion years ago. If we want to
Iron
talk
Maiden should have
about
been.
it.
Iron Maiden should have been in 25 years ago.
Remember,
Let's
every
be
time
honest.
they would come up, I would say to you, how are they not? I don't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Oasis got in.
Now, let's talk about that because you've always felt like they deserved it and that they were bigger everywhere but here. I was
Right.
really surprised because I felt like voters didn't like them. But maybe the tour, them coming back
tour.
together,
The tour, yeah.
making it through the tour without killing each other.
Without
The tour is
killing-
over. They still haven't had some major public blowout
Right.
and played America to sold out dates. Really fought against the whole Ticketmaster repricing machine.
Right.
And for that, I think they reminded people, you know what? They're an important band, no matter what you think. And people always want to say they're derivative of this. There's so many people who are derivative of something.
Oh, like I always say, at least they're stealing from people that are good. They're stealing
Right.
from the good people. You know,
Right.
I don't need new concepts in my life.
Right.
I need, all right. So, oh my God, I'm drawing about, there's another,
New
I'll
Order
tell you-
Joy Division.
yeah. Now I'm thrilled they got out. I still am like, they're completely different bands, even though the only missing element is one person.
It drives me crazy that they put them together. Yes, I understand. I do understand.
Right.
I understand. However, they are two completely different bands.
Yeah. No, it's completely, I mean, it's the only thing they have in common is that they got someone to replace the man that killed, that killed
Right.
himself. I mean,
Right.
that's what they have in common. And
However,
they will not
both have songs though.
Huge.
Both have songs, both bands
Yeah.
that are kind of like, well, if you just had these, you've kind of solidified.
Well, let me
your
tell you something.
majorness.
You and I saw New Order when they played with Pet Shop Boys. You heard hit after hit after hit after hit,
And I forgot all
and
of
you
the hits.
forgot how
I was
big
like,
they
I
were.
forgot you had
That many hits. And I would say that New Order on their own are worthy of getting in, and Joy Division on their own are worthy of getting in. They are not speaking to each other, so this is going to be another circus.
Oh wait,
hit.
after the tour?
Oh no! The guy who's not speaking to them is the one who doesn't play with them, Peter Hook.
Oh.
Peter Hook is the original bass player, and he no longer. There's no speaking. He has done interviews. He goes, absolutely no way am I getting back together with these people. I mean, that's like a done deal. They're not. I mean, he hates them. They hate him. I mean, it's hatred.
Well, I'm sure they'll show up and play. They're like, we've been touring, so we'll come sing.
No, but they may not necessarily play. They are just gonna, who knows if they're gonna play? They'll just come, and accept the
they'll
award.
play. I think they'll play.
Yeah, I mean,
we've gotten used to certain people being not performing, but if you really think about it, the majority of people
unless they're dead.
They perform. They see it as this thing, and I think you should. This is one of the highest honors. Just like when you get into the Football Hall of Fame, This is the thing. Fucking sing. You know what I mean? Or play the guitar. Do your thing. If Prince came there and he's been listen, I think they'll sing. Now, will Sade sing? Because here's the thing: everybody acts like they're the elusive chanteuse. They just don't come out until they're ready to come out, and they've been working on a record forever. So now I think they're going to not lose the opportunity when everybody's talking about them. I think they will perform. Yeah. And I think there'll be a new record or a single around that time because they've been working for a long time. And now this is that kind of thing that gives you the goal, like, let's finish this fucking record.
Billy Idol will definitely perform. I mean,
Billy Idol, and he absolutely should. And he will turn it out. And it'll be interesting to see who. Oh, Latifah and Light are going to get up there.
Of course.
And remind people who they are. Absolutely.
And there'll be a great tribute to Celia Cruz. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the possibility, and it's wonderful to see her.
Yeah.
And Ed Sullivan, love
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Who was?
I
And
wish
again,
I was alive for the days of the Ed Sullivan Show, because when I look back and see clips of that,
oh
it
my
just seemed like the
God, it
kind of
was
appointment
amazing.
television,
Let
and
me
the
tell you
artists
something.
that he put on there, and
No,
then he would have
no,
like black artists on there, and
everybody,
just
let me
seemed
tell
like,
you
yeah.
something. It's amazing. When we, so I'm older than you. When we were kids, obviously we had one TV set because
Mhm.
everyone had one TV set, a
Right,
black and white TV that you had to stand up and turn the thing.
right.
And my dad and mom had it so that my sister and I, we each got a day. So I had like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I could watch what I wanted to watch. And then Tuesday,
Mhm.
Wednesday. But on Sunday, it was the Walt Disney, Walt
I used
Disney.
to watch that because that was still on when I was a kid.
Right.
The
Walt
wonderful,
Disney,
the magical, was it the
the
Wonderful
world,
Walt Disney? Yeah,
Disney,
yeah.
and then
Mhm.
Ed Sullivan. And everyone watched Ed Sullivan. And I
Mhm.
mean, my parents would let us watch it. My father could care less, obviously. But yeah, variety shows were the shit, man. I loved
I
variety shows.
listen. I used to love like Mike Douglas and Dinah Shore.
And
Those kind of, yeah.
Carol
Oh my God!
Burnett,
Listen, the Cher Show. You go,
everything.
yeah, really good
You saw
shit.
the you would see the best, most head scratching, like Iggy Pop sitting down with David Bowie talking to Dinah Shore. Janis Joplin talking to Dick Cavett, like crazy. It would never happen though.
No,
Crazy,
crazy shit,
and it was
crazy.
always work, and it worked. Like
Yep.
coming home from school, and John Lennon and Yoko Ono are doing a week on the Mike Douglas show.
And I
And
used to be fascinated
no,
by
not Mike
watching.
Douglas
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Merv Griffin.
yeah.
That's how
Oh
we
wait,
all.
where did they do a week? Was it Carson?
Mike
Where did they do
Douglas,
the week? It was
Mike
Mike
Douglas.
Douglas. It was Mike
Yeah,
Douglas.
but Merv Griffin, that's how we learned what gay people were, was watching
Hmm.
Merv.
Hmm.
And Mariah, I don't know. People hate her. That's all I can
I
say.
think men hate
Men
her.
hate, men
I
hate
do.
her.
I think men hate her. I do.
I do too. I really do. I
I
really
think
do.
men
I
hate
can't
her. I
explain it.
don't.
On paper, she is as worthy as, I'm sorry, whether you like her or not, she is super freaking worthy,
The
man.
black women have a hard time at the Rock Hall unless they're dead. If Donna
Yeah,
Summer was alive, she would not be in. They would never
good.
look at her. They'd be like, "Just no way, no way." If
I'm
Whitney Houston
thrilled
was
about
alive,
Luther.
maybe. But they might be like, "She didn't even write her songs. I don't know if she'd be in." Even though I think
I
she
think
had
Whitney had
enough.
that pedigree.
She
Yeah,
had
she had
enough
the
favor.
pedigree.
But so does Mariah. But for some reason they look
Yeah,
at
but
her.
guess the difference between Mariah and Whitney is
She's
Whitney had
alive.
Clive. No,
Yep.
Whitney had
Yep.
Clive. Mariah
Yep.
walked away from the guy, from her
Yeah.
muscle,
Yeah. It's true.
And you don't think these men don't remember stuff like that?
Well, especially
They,
some of those older ones, they're all probably still friends with him. Let's be real. There's,
I know. He's still alive. Tommy
yeah.
Mottola still
Mhm.
alive? I'm
Yeah.
not saying that to be funny. I mean,
He's Talia's husband.
oh, that's right. Oh
They're
my,
still married. That's Talia's husband.
oh my God. Oh, you know who would be so great for the Celia Cruz? I'm already booking. I'm in my
Pia
mind.
Zadora.
That too. I would love to see. This is when you get Gloria Estefan up there, and that would be
And she actually
hold
did
for
know her.
La India.
Oh. But see, La India is Puerto Rican, right?
It
I
does-
want to get, which would
yeah.
be great, but this is where you give some of the
Cuban.
Cuban singers, let them come up there and turn that. Like Gloria is the queen, so it would be amazing.
Oh,
to see
100%.
Gloria.
John
Yeah.
Cicada.
Now, I can hear La India sing anything because I fucking love her.
I love
But
her.
yeah, but yeah. No, I think it would need to be Gloria. This is where you pull out fucking Gloria.
Or Expose, because they're Cuban.
Let me just tell you something. It's funny you brought them up.
I love
because
that.
I just played.
I love them.
No, I just played their first album, which I was moving around my vinyl and moving sections, and I moved my freestyle section into the living room. It starts over here, right in front of Sapphire.
Right.
And so while I was doing that, I put on Expose's first album, which led me into a whole Expose spiral. First of all, Expose had a lot of fucking pop hits.
Oh, yeah.
Expose had great fucking ballads.
Yep.
And they're still out there singing.
Good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Good for them. All right. Corporate greed. All right. So the Met Gala, when I was a girl, the Met Gala actually it was always silly. We'll start with that. but it always seemed like it was actually something paying homage to fashion in a real sense and the arts. It's a fundraiser, and it seemed like a real kind of, only in New York kind of gala. It
Well, it
seems
was, and it wasn't
special.
always silly. Remember, people used to dress themselves, but it was about fashion. It was the Fashion Art
Right.
Institute. They would come. Then we had, when I was like younger, where it seemed really fabulous. It was a designer, and the designer, he or she would bring their muse, and they would dress one person. And remember, and the person would
Right.
usually be in something really amazing and fabulous. This is who they were presenting that night. Then it became
I
designers
know.
dressing several people for the night.
Right.
Then it became
These
who are
weird
these
themes where
people?
people
Yeah,
are trying to
yeah,
like
like a
I mean,
costume party because like
well,
they
it
lost the
is.
fashion.
I mean, because some of it they did stick to, over the years they have like the punk one when they did the one with that great punk
Mm-hmm.
exhibit and the
Mm-hmm.
Black Dandy one. Well,
Mm-hmm.
anyway, J- Jeff Bezos and his wife, ay Dios mío, basically bought it this year. He bought her
Mm-hmm.
a present. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's buying her acceptance into society, which she has now. And they're
She does,
Trumpers.
but not real. They're doing it because everybody's so desperate for money,
Yeah,
especially in publishing and all of these things, that people are like, well, I'm just going to take the money and hold my breath. That's
right.
what's happening. And that's
Yeah.
what this was. Because they said that Anna Wintour supposedly was really surprised and shocked at the backlash. I'm like, where are you living? Here's the thing. And I didn't mean to cut you off, but
It's
I've
fine.
been waiting for the moment to say this so that people can stop being silly around certain aspects of this conversation. Art and museums have always had benefactors that are billionaires. These big families and people that you've just never heard of because they're not in entertainment. Still that old school money. And the reason why we get into these wars and things is all of those donors that you've never heard of and these names you've never heard of, whose families are trillionaires, not even billionaires. There always been those families who, if when you go to the museum, it says on loan, this was gifted by courtesy of, and these names you've never heard of. That has always been the case.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right there. Have always been bet from the Renaissance, the Medicis and stuff like that. The difference, I think, in the last couple of years, and I think your point is spot on, is that now all we're seeing is the money. We're not seeing the
Well,
clothes
the
anymore.
social climbers. The
Yeah,
before we saw people, they were taking their wealth, they buy art, they were loaning it to museums, they were underwriting certain things. So that can be tax write-offs for them. And we loved it. They didn't care about being up front because they old school money. But now we're seeing the nouveau riche who are not even cool, trying to be cool and crash their way in. And it's like, you don't like
well,
why
that
do you
started
even want
when
to
they
be
let the
here?
Card. That's started when they started letting the
Yep.
Kardashians in. I'm sorry. I mean, it really did.
And no tea, no shade. When I looked at the list this year, I was like, I'm sorry. First of all, most of you missed the theme. There are a few people who got the theme.
Yeah,
But the truth of the matter is, this guest list felt, oh,
weak.
this is crossed the shark. You can't come back next year and say, oh, it's super exclusive again. You've lost the plot. It's done.
Right.
The thing that used to seem very exclusive and the top of the top now just felt like
Well,
when
it's
I
not
was seeing certain
fabulous.
people there,
It's not
yeah, it's
fabulous
not.
anymore.
And I
It's
was
not.
happy. I'm happy you got your invite. I'm happy for those people. It's not even about a hate. However, when I saw certain people there, I was like, oh yeah, that thing that it was, that's done. It's done.
Well, and also, I mean, and then getting into the other element of it, it's like, look, we have this discussion ad nauseum. We don't expect famous people to be our moral compass, but I'm sorry, this would have been so easy just not to show up. This is not the Grammys. This is
No.
not the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This is nothing that has to do with your career, really. You're
Nope.
still going to be Beyonce whether you show up in that wackadoodle outfit you were wearing. You're still going to be Rihanna no matter what. You're still going to be Madonna. I'm sorry, her being there last night felt like yet another
I
promotional thing,
I
you
was
know?
really disappointed.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
like, I'm like, listen, you are, but the thing is, you are wealthy. You are that person now. That is your crowd.
yeah.
However, it feels like lately when I see you, it's either because you're having some exclusive party for one of your launches, and you're like, look at how exclusive and pretty we all look. Now, for all of you, I need you to go buy this. Nothing about that's
Oh, you're
relatable
talking
to
about
me.
Beyonce. You're
Yes,
talking about
and
Beyonce.
then your first time coming back to the Met Gala and being a co-chair is this year when those
Right.
people bought their way in. It's
Right.
like you not see the temperature of the
No,
room.
that, and not only that, I mean, I expected Katy Perry to be there because she's a complete idiot,
And
but
like
it's,
with everything
you
she
don't see the
touching turning
temperature,
to yeah, yeah.
right? You don't see, I mean, Gayle King, of course you're going to be there.
She goes to the opening of a fucking envelope.
Really, especially if it's a rich person's envelope.
They're
But
like they
I'm
open an
just,
envelope at 28th and 6. She's like, hold on, I've got 2
I
gowns and a
mean,
car. I'm on my
right.
way.
If you're Beyonce and you're not going to be there for 10 years or whatever, the year you come back is to support Black designers or women designers, not to support Jeff Bezos' wet dream to let his wife
Last year was the black
black
year.
this year. Right. Right. Like, come on. Now, I will say this. I was shocked
She
to
might
see
have been
Ben
on tour. I can't remember.
No,
But
but I was,
however,
however, I was shocked to see Ben Stiller there because game one of it, he is a
mhm.
diehard fan. Maybe he ran and left.
And here's the thing. And it looked unspectacular.
No,
None of the
it
clothes.
did.
It just looked, I was like, this is some comment. The most exciting thing was the protesters who tried to break through that I
Yep.
saw in a live shot. And I was like, please get through.
Did you see what
I
Heidi
was
Klum
rooting
was
for
wearing?
him.
Has Heidi Klum lost her goddamn mind?
Except I forgot the statue, the statue
Right.
she was done. I thought she was fucking brilliant. At least she got the fucking theme.
And
Because she
isn't
was walking art. Like
she
and
was?
the way the dress was molded and I was like, you know what?
Did you see
I
Amy
fuck with
Sherrard?
this.
Amy Sherrard looked
Yeah.
amazing because she was
She
wearing her own
referenced
painting.
herself.
Beautiful. It was
And
beautiful.
I loved what Madonna was referencing. I love the painting and the artist that she was referencing because what it meant was, what it stood for was a society where women were running everything and just, it was, few people got the art part. Most people came, it was just like, what did Aretha Franklin say? Gowns,
Yeah. And Meryl
beautiful
Streep,
gowns.
and bless Meryl Streep, she did not go.
She
And
didn't, and everybody else who showed up from the movie, which I did go see this weekend,
oh, how is it?
I actually really enjoyed it. I think
Good.
you should see it. You know
I
why? I
mean, I
think
love
it's
I
a
love the first one. I mean, I love the
well.
first one.
This one is a commentary on the state of media and journalism in 2026.
Oh,
You
okay.
should go see it. That's
All
what the
right.
story centers around.
Okay.
And
All right.
and they did a good job of not telling you what the story was. So I'm not going to tell you what the story is.
All right,
Don't
good.
read.
All right. All
I
right.
think you will go see it and you'll be like, oh,
And her
and you'll
annoying voice.
appreciate it.
Yeah, are the clothes a little more realistic to what people actually wear in fashion, or is it still as over the top and
Yes,
sandy?
but you know, it's very fabulous. You know what I mean?
Good.
It's very, you'll like it.
No,
I
I
I
love
think
that.
you'll like it, and I think you'll like the story.
All right. All right. Let's do the New York Times songwriters now, just because to get all the lists out of the way. All right.
Okay.
So lists are a way of making everybody crazy. It's clickbait. We know that. It's a way to get. So
Mhm.
the New York Times printed a 30, it's such a ridiculous, okay, the 30 best living American songwriters. So, and our friend of the show, Jody Rosen, was one of the contributors to it. So so the first thing on the sites I'm on, people are like ranting, and there's a lot to rant about this list. We'll get into that in a second. But they're
Okay,
throwing
you know
all these.
what's really interesting that I have to just say thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
I was so busy. I read it and watched all of the videos that now certain things make sense to me because I was like, these are the 30 greatest, but you just said living. And I realized when I went back to the title,
Right.
oh shit, it's
Right.
living.
Right,
Okay.
living American, living
Okay.
American. Because you're like
Okay.
going, wait a minute, where's John
I-
Lennon? Right, where's Marvin
no,
Gaye?
no, not
right?
even. I was like, I'm thinking of people like, so where's Amy Mann? I
She's
think
living.
yeah, but she's not on the list.
Right. Okay. There's a million people not on the list.
I'm right.
But the thing is funny. So
And
when
some of their people who are on the list are not all living. Like Lamont Dozier is
No,
not
he's not on. He's
alive.
not on the list. It's
Holland,
Holland.
but that's
No,
all three. Holland, Dozier, Holland is on the
right.
list.
But Holland and Holland are on the list. The two Hollands are on the list. Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oh, mistake. I've missed so many nuances that I need to go back and fucking look at this list.
It's
Are you
only
kidding?
No, it's only the two. It's only Holland and Holland. Finally, that damn Dozier died, and they get their moment. Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
wait. It's like, okay, uh-huh.
All right. You see what I'm saying? It's all
Now
right,
I have to go back and really look at the motherfucking list again.
all right. But the thing is that so people are of course throwing names right and left, and it's almost like you're going. I at one point I went, are you people willfully not reading the criteria? Living?
No, we all missed it because
American.
I missed it too. Like a lot of us have
Right.
missed it.
All right. So the biggest omission, according to my random survey, was Joni Mitchell, Tom Waits.
Joni Mitchell's not, well, if they're thinking the United States of America, I don't think.
Well, they explained why. The Times said we did not. They also gave an
Oh,
explanation.
yeah, it is the Hollands.
Yeah. They gave the explanation the next day saying the criteria saying that even though she is an American citizen, they decided they would let Canada have her. So her and Neil Young.
Yeah, I associate her with Canada. Real talk.
Me too.
I do.
I will too. Me too. Me too. And Neil Young. All right.
I mean, this isn't a terrible list. That's the thing.
Well, I will say that there's two examples that I can think of virtue signaling. Would you like to hear what I think? No,
is it
not
Romeo Santos. Okay.
Well, the Romeo Santos. Somebody wrote on something. Oh,
and Young Thug.
Bingo. And Lana Del Rey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I know she drives you insane.
But it's not like, I mean, when you think about, all right, so you're never going to be 100% satisfied. I was very happy to see Babyface get on because he is a great songwriter. I was very happy to see Jay. I mean, if you're going to, I mean, I was very happy to see Bad Bunny. It's funny because the Romeo Santos one, again, one of these sites, they're going, oh, you know, typical New York Times picks. I went, I can guarantee you that 3/4 of people who read the New York Times have no idea who Romeo Santos is because I had no idea who Romeo Santos was until 10 years ago.
And Aventura, look, the thing is, Romeo and Bachata, he's first of all, he's huge.
Right, but I'm saying he's not a New York Times, like the New York Times. All right, so who else did drive people? Lucinda Williams, I believe, is on the list.
I think that's deserved. I think she's great. She's amazing.
I think she's amazing. Fiona Apple, shocked to see that, but very happy to see that.
Well, you know what's weird, though? And this is the thing, and I get where some people could get upset. Because most of the list is artists, singer-songwriters, right? So was that the criteria that they needed to be artists? Because there are a lot of them. Well, even like, because you got Diane Warren. You have some people who wrote
who are like work. I think it was a little of both. I think it was people who are perform because I mean, Diane Warren is definitely a songwriter. She is not
absolutely.
She is.
What about Carol Bear Sager?
She's dead.
Is she?
I believe she is. I shouldn't. I don't want to wish it on her. Maybe she's not. People had objections to Diane Warren. I'm like, screw you. The woman is
you are on crack.
Yeah, you're on crack.
Diane, the amount of songs that Diane has written and hits worldwide, like across the board, black artists, white artists, Asian,
that's just
like
being snobby.
French artists, like Diane Warren is a fucking amazing songwriter. People need to really.
No, but that's being snobby. So a lot of people, another person that came, look, you could do this all day and all night. There's a million songwriters. I mean, for crying out loud, people were wanted Jason Isbell, Tom Waits. I'm surprised. That's very, it could have been worse. Who else was on there that
I think they don't love the pop girls because I actually think the Madonna should be on there. Madonna likes a lot of her music. And Madonna is Madonna and has had hits for 40-something years.
I don't think it's just hits because if it was just hits and there are people on, I think it was more. Well, I'm glad Mariah got in. And people were making snarky comments about her.
You say it's more than hits, but I look at this list and everybody on it. The one thing they all have in common, especially, is they all have hit songs.
Not Lucinda Williams.
In her genre, she does.
No, she's not really. Is she? I mean, not to be argument. She's a genre specific artist. She's not a top.
Let's see.
I mean, all right. So anyway, it's a clickbait thing. It's to make people start having conversation. Who else? Totally forget who was. I know that
Hold on. Let
Babyface.
me just see. Hits and accolades. Let's see. Hits and accolades.
Anyway, Billie Eilish, I'm surprised wasn't on the list. I'm surprised
Um,
Billie Eilish in terms of a young kind of audience. I'm surprised that
mhm.
Paul Westerberg wasn't on the list. I mean, if you're just going to talk about Randy Newman, that's the one where everybody lost their stuff. Paul
Listen,
Simon's on the list.
I think that she's had a lot of hits. Listen, in 2002, she was named America's Best Songwriter by Time. In 2015, Rolling Stone ranked her 79 on
Okay.
Rolling Stone's 100 Greatest Songwriters of All Time.
No, she's a great
She,
songwriter.
she's like, listen, and she's been inducted to all of these different things. That does not come without having a stellar body of work.
No, I'm not saying that. There's a difference between stellar body of work and a hit. A hit is a number one single. Stellar body work, 100% she has a stellar body of work. I would have liked to see Randy Newman because you and I both agree he's a fantastic songwriter. But you know what? No one's going to be. Yeah, the Young Thug one, though, I went, oh, come on. I mean, come on. That, for me, that was an, oh, come on. But anyway, people need something to get upset about. All right. So this week, America found out what many of us have known for a while, that M.I.A. is a freak and has always been, I think, a fraud in a lot of ways.
And isn't she
And,
married to like a Brofman or something? Somebody
well,
really,
she had
really
yeah,
super
yeah.
rich?
Well, she did better than that. She had a baby with a Bronfman. So that's even better. So yeah, she's always been kind of suspect and full of shit, in my
Yep.
opinion. She one song, one and a half songs, and the one song is great because of it samples a great Clash song.
Right.
I mean,
Let me just tell you something.
I don't
You
get
know
it.
me.
I never
I
got it.
like weird shit. You know, I like
Yeah.
weird music. I like Yono Oko's music. It's out there. I like weird shit. I
Yeah.
never fucking got
Me
her.
neither.
Ever.
Me neither.
Like, I love Santi Gold. I love what she does.
Oh, I love Santi Gold.
Whenever I try to listen to M.I.A., I'm like, I don't even give a fuck about this. Like,
No,
what
I
is
never.
this?
Yeah, no, and what's his face? Who's the guy that was that horrible guy who's the producer, the white guy? I can't stand him.
Diplo.
Yeah, he's also like Trumpy too. They've all
Mm-hmm.
become so she's like batshit crazy at this point,
Mm-hmm.
and like no vaccines and 5G, and we have to wear tin hats. I mean, she's like red pill crazy.
Yeah.
And she went out on tour with Kid Cudi because nobody else was available. I mean,
Well,
I
no,
don't.
that makes sense. For his crowd, who his crowd is, she absolutely makes sense. Think about who a Kid Cudi crowd is.
That's true. But
She
anyway,
makes sense. And she's got
that last
records that people, and I'm glad he did it. Listen,
Yeah,
you have
he
the right
kicked
to
her
say
off.
and do whatever the fuck you want to do. But go out there, like, why you made the show into a political statement. No one wants that shit at a show. People always, it's so funny how the other side of this fight is always like, why do you have to make everything political? Until somebody does some shit that they like, and then they're like, you're stifling her free speech. It's like, no, motherfuckers came to a concert to get away from all this political shit. You got up there, you want to be insulting, and I think you have the right to do and say whatever you want. But also, don't get angry at the consequence. You have the right to say and do what you want. Stop getting mad that there's a consequence for it, though.
Well, it's also very funny that she calls herself a Republican. She's not an American citizen. She can't vote. So how is she
It's
a Republican?
always them. It's always somebody who's dipping in and say shit like Piers Morgan is so involved in our shit. You don't live here.
I know.
Why
Well, anyway,
you don't live here?
yeah, it's like you can't get up on stage in Texas and start talking trash about Mexicans. Shocker. And you're gone. So she's done. Taylor Swift, who was also on the songwriters list, very well, you and I have our issues with her, but there's no denying the woman is an excellent songwriter. So she is as we've said, she is a smart cookie, that girl. That's a smart cookie. The Swifts did
They
not
wanted
raise them
her.
a dummy.
No, listen. It's a couple of things. First, she is filing a trademark on her likeness and her voice, which is excellent. She's like, what you're not going to do, because everybody's so busy fighting AI. It's like you're losing the battle. You're losing the war. It's the same thing with, remember, Napster. The music industry spent all of this time fighting some shit. Once a technology like that is
Yeah.
invented, you're not putting it in like MP3 files. I can download and have. It's not going away. You got to figure
Remember
out what is this.
LimeWire? Remember LimeWire?
Oh, come and Napster completely. I did Napster for a little bit, but I was a lot, and I worked in.
I was a LimeWire. Yeah,
but I was getting all my import shit that I couldn't get here. You know, we didn't have streaming yet.
Raise his hand.
I was like, I need fucking Rachel Stevens. Anyway,
I know. I was like, I need that Omar B-sides record.
You know what? For real. But yeah, she's trademarking. But more importantly, when she signed that deal to go over to Universal, she put it in her contract that if Universal ever sells any of their shares of Spotify, that money has to, and here's where she's fierce. She could have been like, I want this. And she was like, no, you have to split this percentage among the artists on Universal. She fought for everybody and won. And they sold like 3% of their stock, which is a gazillion dollars. And that's going to be a windfall for artists. Listen, you and I talked about her a lot. And we're like, I don't get it. I don't think she can really sing great live, but that's a whole other story. I get the star power, and what I always love for her is when she goes in those boardrooms and she makes really smart music and entertainment decisions, she doesn't just do it for herself. She's trying to change shit for all artists, and I love that about her.
No, and I 100%, like I said, I'm repeating exactly what I said. She is... So good for her. I'm going to do this really quick. Praz has turned himself in and he's going to jail. Bye, Praz.
Let me just tell you something. And I know that they were supposedly at one point working on a Fugees documentary. I know that they would probably think, oh, we need them involved. You're not going to get the real story involved. Someone needs to do a definitive Fugees documentary. Because there's so much there.
Oh, so much
there.
So much there. I mean,
Look at how this ended up. And then you think of everything. It's like, John Forte died. That's great. First of all, he was a really nice person. And that's just so much.
And unsung and undersung for his contributions for the Fugees.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm not saying he wrote everything, but he was way more involved. The people thought he was just like some side guy. He was way more involved.
No, he had a secret sauce about him. And, we put out, I was at Columbia for all of the Fugees records, Lauren record, and his solo record that did not, it was not a hit.
Record.
But it was a good record, It
was a really good record. Yeah. No, and nice guy. You know what? I'm not trying to be like the whole Megan Thee Stallion thing just depresses me because the hatred that I don't know why men hate her so much. I don't know why black men hate her so much.
Because all these men want to fuck each other. They don't like women. I think they like to have sex with women, but they're trying to impress each other. I see all of these men sitting around in groups talking about her and her split. I see all these men talking about women, and I'm like, you guys are trying to impress each other. You're just scared to take a dick. Because you're acting like a bunch of fucking queens. It's like you hate women. You do. And you blame women for your inadequacies. You get mad because they have to do it on their own. Women don't want to fucking do it on their own. But none of you stepped up. You all seem like you just want to fuck each other. But I'm mad at her. I am. Because she's unprofessional. Here's the thing, new era of artists. When you make a commitment, you honor it. Yes, we know why you're leaving this show early, but I don't want to see you posting today about entrepreneur. I don't care if shit is planned in advance. You walk out of a Broadway show and you had 2 weeks left because you had a breakup. You finish your commitment. No. He's not going to stop doing what he needs to do. And that is unprofessional. You finish your fucking commitment and you don't let some man fucking make
Especially,
you leave a Broadway production. One of my coworkers had tickets for that Sunday, and she was like, "We bought tickets to see her, and she's leaving Friday." And they're like, the theater emailed us, and like, "Well, we could try to switch you to Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, but it's going to be $100 more because now there's a
what?
high demand." Yeah, that kind of shit. It's like your fans got fucked. The show's closing in July. First of all, I hated Moulin Rouge. Fun
Okay.
fact. It's one of the two shows I've left at intermission in my life. Hated it.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Well,
I hate it.
again, yeah.
But I'm mad. Don't be unprofessional. You make a
Yeah.
commitment, you honor it. I don't care you
Yeah.
had a break up. Honey, cry during the day and get your ass on
Yeah.
stage at fucking 7 o'clock every night.
All right. We had technical difficulties, the likes of which almost drove me to break 20 something years of sobriety and Courtney to start dating women. It was so bad. That's how much technical. No, that's not fair. It almost drove us both to drink.
Yeah.
So we had a wonderful conversation, and I just want to mention with Barry Walters, who has a fantastic book out that Courtney and I have both read called Mighty Real. We're going to post about it on the page, A History of LGBTQ Music, 1969 to 2000.
It's such a good book. It's
It's
really, really
such a
good.
good, and it looks at it, it's artists that are queer, sort of the people you would think of, artists that have a queer fan base, artists that signal things, and it's written so much. And this is what I admire so much about the book is that it is written by a gay man, and it's like, I'm writing this book and I'm writing it for me and I'm writing it for my community, but please, you are invited obviously to what, but it's so nice to have somebody write something and let me do the work. You know what I mean? I don't have to come in there and try to make it palatable for me. You're inviting me into your world. Anyway, it's called Mighty Real. It's just a fantastic book. So hopefully, please pick it up. It drops next week. Yeah, it's just, and our pal Rob Tannenbaum, his book that came out years ago, I Want My MTV, The History of MTV, has been optioned. It's going to be a feature film.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, Nick tickets for all. All right. One of the women that is mentioned prominently in this book is someone that I care about, but somebody here really cares about. Ladies and gentlemen, Madonna Louise Ciccone Richie. What was it? Madonna Louise Ciccone Richie.
Madonna Veronica Louise Ciccone.
Ciccone. Oh,
Penn
Louise.
Richie.
Penn Richie. Right there. Go.
Oh my God.
So she
Mother
has
knew. She knew that I needed her.
But she has two singles out now, right?
One, I Feel Free was it was the old school marketing of, here's a song, it's not my first single, here's your first taste of dance. I'm giving it, this is for my gays,
right,
and for the club. And then the first single, and that's called I Feel Free, which I fucking love. And then there's Bring Your Love with Sabrina Carpenter, which is her play for I Want to Be Played on the Radio and in Pop. And you know what? It's been playing, it's been number one in 40-something countries on iTunes. It also is being played on Radio 1 in the UK. Madonna is not... She's been aged out of that, which is like their big number one station. She's been aged out of that for 18 years. So yeah, that is why she did a record with like a Sabrina Carpenter, And here it's getting great reviews. I'm so excited for Confessions 2. Madonna is doing the thing that she tries to avoid, but she does best. Dance, pop. That's who you are.
That's how she never started.
The thing you do best.
I'm not trying to be like silly here, but when I think of Madonna, I'm not thinking of Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. I'm thinking of Get Into the Groove and Cherish and Music and Borderline and like,
Get Into the Groove is having a whole resurgence because of TikTok, and young people are discovering Madonna and discovering her catalog, which makes me really, really, really happy.
Oh, that was another New York Times songwriter. I just remember that. Nile Rodgers.
Yeah, as he should be. Mm-hmm.
As he 100% should be. All right. You know what? We could just do this really quick and just because it seems to not have made much of an impact. We were talking about Robin, Harry, Robin, Harry, Robin.
Mm,
I've listened to the Robin record twice. I know you and I like it. I don't love it. I've listened to the Harry Styles record a couple of times. Zoe Kravitz. The thing I am upset. I am dying to hear what this Olivia Rodrigo album is going to sound like because
you
I
love
love that
her.
single.
I know
That
you love
single
her.
is great. She's doing 5 nights at Barclays in February. 5.
That makes sense. Harry's
Yeah.
doing 30 nights at Madison Square Garden.
And Robin's doing 2 nights at Barclays too. You know. Words. Use your words. Use your words.
This is the first Robin album that I just don't care for. I don't hate
I
it.
know.
I just don't care for it.
You have
This
been.
this is the first Jessie Ware album that I just don't care for.
I know.
Don't hate
I
it.
know.
Just
I know.
don't care for it. And I've enjoyed Harry Styles albums. I don't think it's a terrible album. I just don't care for it. The only thing I've been listening to Still Leanne. I love that
Right.
album. And then, Madonna came and it's just like, is there anybody else with a record out? I don't know. I don't hear you, but I do hear. Oh, I do actually, even though I didn't love the initial singles, I really like this Mel C album, Sweat, Melody C album. I like it. It's a dance record. But Madonna is my one in Leanne. And I have been listening to the Mel C record. Yeah, I'm really surprised. I waited so long for Robin. It's a 23-minute album,
It
and
feels
I
like
don't love it.
for something that took this long. It feels like
Mm,
outtakes from Honey.
Underwhelming. It feels
Yeah.
underwhelming. It
Yeah,
feels
I mean, some of
underwhelming.
it is good. Some of it, there are a couple of songs I
Mm,
really, really like a lot. But the fact that when Honey came out, I played it, I think like you did,
hmm
repeatedly. I
It
never
just
took
was
it off.
on loop. Me too.
Right.
It just kept going.
Body
Yeah.
talk repeatedly. You know what it is
hmm
about Harry Styles? He has great songs. It's really funny because he's got tons of charisma when you see him on shows and he has great
hmm
songs and he sings great. There's something still when he sings that's missing from him.
hmm
He has a good voice, but it's not particularly distinctive, right? It's not like you can go, oh,
hmm
that's a Harry Styles. So great production, great songs, interesting, always has a great single, but there's something about him where like you feel like you don't know him in a lot of weird ways, you know?
But that I appreciate that because he's young. That gives you see where someone has places to really grow in their artistry. He's a young guy, right? He's still,
He's
is he
not
30?
that
No, no. As a young person, even if he is 30, that is young as an artist. If you plan on
I
having a
think he's
full,
30.
long
I think
career.
he's
And I think as an artist, you have to have new places to go and discover and mature. Your voice matures, what you sing about matures, how you sing matures,
but that's
especially
not what I'm
male artists.
but that's not what I'm saying. I mean, because he's been in the business for 20 years. So
Yeah,
he's
but he was in a
he,
boy band. When you're in a
but
boy
wait,
band,
but
it's
this is his
stand
fourth,
here, sing
right.
this.
But what I'm saying is this is his fourth solo record. What I'm saying is
Yeah.
I really like him a lot. I think the songwriting, I mean, he works with people. The production is excellent. I have no objections to him. There's just something I feel like I feel like he's one of these people that it's live, it's all going to come alive. I mean, the records are great, but I think because he's so charismatic.
But that's where I say he has the place to grow. He has the
Well,
place to grow and go to. I'm going to tell, how old is Harry Styles? Hold on.
32. He's
Yeah, and
32.
that's young. I was different at 32 than I was at 35. What
And
his voice is, how he matures, how his voice matures, and
he's
what
going
he
to be
wants to sing
married
about.
for 5 minutes
They're
soon,
not
too.
getting married. They
I
all do
know.
that. Like, everybody gets engaged. We hear about these engagements. You know what we never hear about? The motherfucking wedding. Because
I know.
nobody has the wedding.
I
They
know.
don't have the wedding.
She's got more engagements.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Bless her
like,
heart.
mm-hmm,
I was like, that's nice. They're walking
mm-hmm,
around Williamsburg together looking
mm-hmm.
depressed. That's
Right,
nice.
exactly.
All right. Take it away, my friend.
All right, kids. It's been 7 years of I'ma Let You Finish. 7 years of talking and doing all of the things. And it is time for one of us to take the highway to not talking. Listen, I love this show. and I've enjoyed you, the audience, a whole lot. But the last 2 years have been crazy for me. My mom died right as I started a new job. I started a new job where I'm interviewing people all day and I'm talking, and we still continued this show and never took a break. Pandemics, all of the things. And ultimately, I spend 7 hours a day interviewing people and talking. And right now, I'm a little talked out and exhausted and still haven't even been able to really take a break since my mom's passing. And it's been now a year and a few months. I'm mentally exhausted and I'm fine. I don't want you guys to be like, oh my God. I have to take a couple of things off my list so I can just find the space to fully heal. Grief is a weird thing. And the interview, talking 7 hours a day, well, that'd be fun to take off the list, but that's the shit that, New York keeps the apartment over my head and me being able to go to the dispensary. So this is not a goodbye. It's a goodbye for now. I'll pop up as a guest sometimes, but this is my last show for now. Now, I have some people to thank. First, I have to start with Peter Oasis, who gave us the original bass
Peter.
with
Yes.
Listening Party, and
Yes.
Ryan from Canal Street Radio. Who
Remember
gave
those
us-
days when we
Yeah.
were disinfecting everything we could get our hands
oh my
to?
God, guys. We went
we
to
were
a
coming in. We were coming in with like
we taped in Chinatown, and the pandemic, all that thing, and we would disinfect it. It's all of the things. Then to Amy going on Rock's back pages, and we need to thank Barney and those guys because she asked about a microphone, and that got us a meeting with Peter and Christian, who took a chance on our show, which is some little weird show, and they've got Pantheon, which is an amazing network, and their listeners, thousands of people per episode. And we've always been this little cult show, but they stuck with us. So I really appreciate Peter and Christian and everybody at Pantheon. I need to really thank Angelo, who's our third member who you don't know, Angelo Skordos, who's our editor, who makes us sound great and all of the things. And I have to thank Amy for being a great partner, we've had a lot of fun for 7 years, and we've been goofy, we've fought, we've wanted to kill each other, but we're still here. This show will still go on because it must still go on because I think it's still important. And trust me, if there are times where some shit is crazy going on, I will absolutely be like, when are you taping? I have some shit to say about this.
So wait, you mean when I get Madonna on the show?
Right. You know what I mean? But you can follow me at all my socials. It's Court Monty on IG. I'm not on TikTok anymore. I think I have a YouTube page. It's Courtney Anderson. But yeah, this is not the last you'll hear my voice, but I need a minute to just let my life catch up a little bit. So
I just want to tell you, I'm going to let you finish, but I do want to tell you, I know I drive you nuts and vice versa, but this has been so much fucking fun.
Yeah, I think so.
It
It's been a
really
good
has.
time.
And, Courtney and I, to give the kind of, we knew each other socially for years, and somebody's like, he wants to do a podcast, and it's been fun. And it was like pulling teeth for both of us.
Oh my God. And Christoph.
And Christoph.
And,
yes.
because not to cut, Anne was the one.
No,
I said, Anne, I want to do a podcast, but I think I want a partner. You know Amy, right? It's like, yeah, I know who Amy is. I know Amy. Amy was just saying she wants to do a podcast. It's like, why don't you talk when you talk to her next, see if she wants to maybe have a conversation with me and see if she wants to do it. And so Anne Christoph
100%
was the glue. And she started out helping us as our very early producer. The one time we had a producer. So Anne is the OG of I'm gonna let you finish is here because of Anne.
No, Anne 100%. And she mediated and she negotiated. We also want to thank anybody, our very first guest, friend of the show, Ben Merlis, who's going to be crushed, by the way. I just want to let you know. Absolutely crush. I'm going to have to talk him off a ledge because he will literally hear this tomorrow and call me up. I'm not even kidding. He will. My friend Katie, who's going to be crushed because this is her reminder of New York. You're breaking a
Right.
lot of hearts, Courtney.
Oh no.
It's all right. The people in England will be glad not to hear about the Knicks. That's for sure. But it's so thank anybody. Listen,
The listeners, you guys, our day one, especially there are people who follow us when this show didn't have anybody. We were putting it out on SoundCloud, and you all kept listening, and I'd be like, "Look at these people are listening to this."
I know. It really does.
And then we ended up with a global audience, and I'd be looking. I'm like, people are listening in France and Germany and here and this place and that place.
So I'm also, I mean, listen, everything is crazy in the world right now. I am going to continue with this in some fashion, but I think I'm going to go on a summer break, or something just for a minute. I want to regroup. Every time I get together, Courtney is like, I'm sure, and you can say it because I love you to bits. It's like, I don't want to fucking do the show. I want to fucking do the show. And then we do it and it's like, oh my God, we are cracking each other up. We are cracking each other up because we are very funny people. And you have been a wonderful, wonderful, I mean, I miss you so much. Yeah. And you've been a wonderful friend. And even though you walk by my building all the time and you won't come up and say hi to me,
no,
but that's okay.
You know what? I'm not in Brooklyn. I've not been in Brooklyn.
I know.
Like the way I used to be in Brooklyn, I've not been there. And the thing is, when I'd be coming there, I know it's like I'm passing your building, rushing someplace, and it really is. You could go upstairs and say hello. You know what I mean?
Or just throw the stuff out the window.
Right.
But and I am so glad to be the one that broke your Pet Shop Boys cherry. We will always
absolutely.
So it's been fun. Listen, no matter, music remains one of the most important things in my life. It's how I defined myself for so many years. I have never met anybody with ears like yours. So that is wonderful. I am always appreciative of people where you go, that person now. Right. And I forgive you for only knowing Wendy O. Williams when it comes to punk rock. I do.
That's all I know. Well, listen, you were like, I have Ultra Tate's first album on tape, on cassette. You had me there. But you also, out of everybody I know, except for Miguel, are the only person who knew the fuck who I was talking about when I was like, I love me, Lynn Farmer. You're like, oh yeah, I know who that is. And you knew who she was.
I do. I mean, it's...
You knew who she was. Nobody else, whenever I said it,
I didn't say I liked her. I didn't say I liked her, but I know who she is. Do you remember Azuka Moreno? Do you remember them?
I do. Yes.
Okay. I know them. Yeah, I have a tape. I know.
I do.
Yeah. So, guys, whenever you listen to something with questionable vocals and amazing production, I want you to think of Courtney.
Absolutely.
We will, like I said, in some form or another. Listen, if the Knicks win the championship, you and me are getting back on these microphones, baby.
If the Knicks win the championship, if the Knicks make it to the final, you might hear me. You might hear.
Well, to quote from the great Rob Tannenbaum, what did he say when he said, remember when Philly fans, when they won and they went out in the streets and they were punching horses in the face? And I went, wow. All right. So if we get to horse punching, I don't think we should do that. No, I don't think we should be punching horses in the face because I don't think we should punch horses. Anyway, so this is a we're taking one of us is taking a little maybe longer summer hiatus than the other, but we will be back in some form. And I'm going to find an intern to help me. And I just want to say, Angelo, I adore you. Thank you so much for this, for helping and for making me Fredos and you did not have to do this, and I appreciate it because it really, seriously, honestly, for making me sound good and making me sound. Now, of course, the irony would be that this will be recorded, and Christian and Peter, yes, all the people, everyone who came on our show, everyone who invited us to be on their shows. I'm going to start crying. So take us out of here before I get
I
verklempt.
don't want. Oh, wait, we can't pay for music syncs.
Yeah. Come on. Oh, by the
You know
way,
what it is?
the highlight was Shaq giving resuscitation to the little stuff
Right.
talk.
Right. Okay, people, you know what it is. It's time to let you finish. Well, our Facebook page is still there. And the truth
Yeah.
is, I'll probably still be engaging with you there because I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
that kind of person.
no, you are, and you always
But
post
now,
good shit
like
anyway. Yeah, yeah.
through the summer until
Yeah,
whatever.
just do
But
that.
we got 11 episodes. So if you haven't heard any of our shit, go back and listen to the old stuff. And stay tuned to this channel because Amy's going to do some amazing things. She's got amazing things that she can't say yet that are coming and are happening. And there's going to be good shit. And I'm going to let you finish is going to have its. This is all. Think of it this way. 7 years has been one season for us. This is one season. Now the break is to rejigger and season 2 is going to come. So just stay tuned to this same bat channel to see what you're going to get. Until then, you know where to find us. Toodles.
Bye. Love you, Courtney.
Love you, Ames.
"300 Favorite Albums" with James Campion.
I don't think there's an album I know better front to back. I learned how to play guitar to a lot of these songs.
If I could pick one record to hand someone and say this is what it feels like to be a woman, it would be this record.
You know, the engineer that was recording the album for us was a novice engineer. He was really the janitor.
The first half of these sessions for the album were totally improvisatory in the sense that they went into the studio and just dealt with whatever happened.
There was space that was left for these listeners to kind of discover it for themselves. That they would say, yeah, my parents listened to it, but I had to build my own relationship to it.
Happiness, good living, peace, love, rock and roll. I just feel like this album is such a wonderful translation of that concept.
People understood they were in a world historical moment, and it felt like it was going to last forever. In fact, the infinite spaces that they explored in The Giant Now is part of what made that explosion so huge.